Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Midnight Oil Zoom Academy series. This week, I'm going to be talking about podcasting. If you didn't know, I have my own podcast called Wannabe. So I'm just going to hop right into my process. So, first, I kind of like to have an outline going into each episode where I kind of break down what I'll be talking about and give myself a timestamp just to keep myself on track. So, this one here is for my first episode. And as you can see, I kind of broke down what exactly I want to talk about, giving some questions to trigger my thoughts, and then I put a little timestamp on the left. I try to keep my episodes around 30 minutes. I feel like that's a good time to keep people engaged and keep them interested. So, pretty much basic overview. Just did it on Google Docs. I feel like that works the best for me, but you could definitely do it on your notes or whichever way that you see fit. And then going into actually how I record it, I personally use GarageBand and I click on the little voice memo here, and that opens up a new area where you can record your podcast. So there's so many things that you can do with GarageBand, and I'm still trying to get my feet wet with everything, but there's just a lot going on. I tend to just use that bar that I'm circling up on the left here, the record, stop, play functions, just super basic. So you can record by doing so, and then stop, you can play around with it, go back and forth, which is nice. I try to keep mine just straight through. I don't like to do a lot of editing, so I try to keep it as straightforward as I can. So throughout my episodes, I'll be pressing play and pause a lot just in case my thoughts are getting a little wild. I like to stop, consider what I'm going to say, and then go through it again so I don't have to edit as much on the back end. I usually try to do this within GarageBand so I don't have to edit using a different platform, which is nice. But within GarageBand, you can kind of mess with the length and stuff too, so you can do a little editing within it. Then down here you'll see there's an input where I put in my microphone. Once you put it in your computer on the USB, it'll show right up there so you can see that your mic is attached. But yeah, it's pretty simple, straightforward. I am not very familiar with GarageBand, so I use this and I don't know too much about it, but I feel like if I can do it, everyone else can do it. So I'm just going to save this as an example. And I haven't done this in a while. I actually left my microphone at home, so I'll go back and kind of show you how to save it correctly later on in this video. But then to upload, you use Anchor. Anchor is the best. It's so easy, so user-friendly. This is my Anchor page. There's so many insights and information on this, which is so nice. You can see the amount of plays, my audience, and as I scroll down, you'll see more of the performance end of things. So you can kind of see how many plays I've gotten throughout. They have like a ton of charts as I go deeper into the page. So here's the plays throughout the months, which is cool. You can see which episodes have done the best, and it shows you a little bar graph here, and you can see the name of the episode and which one has done the best, which is cool. You can see a lot of demographics, so where your audience is based. Mine's in the US, what platforms they listen on, and what devices they listen on, which is really cool. And then you can see which gender listens to your episodes the most and the age demographics. So there's seriously so much you can do with this. It's insane. So I can kind of show you the process of making a new episode. So with this, the first time I actually didn't save it correctly, so I'm going to go back and do that in a second here, but you got to save it as an MP3. Here I didn't, obviously, it was just the video. So I'm going to go back and show you guys how to save it as an MP3 because this is something I kind of struggled with. So I'm going back here, clicking on the episode, and then you're actually going to go to share, I think it is. I was trying to play around with it because I've not done it in a while. But yeah, you go to share and you go export song to disk. And then you'll save it as an MP3. It'll have the name and everything there. I just like to save mine to my desktop and then move it to my folder later just to keep it all in order. but this will convert it to an MP3, so it'll make it really easy to upload to Anchor. And now you will be all set to upload that MP3 to Anchor. So as you can see, it's saved as a MP3. Now we're going to go ahead and upload it. And sometimes it takes a little long to compress. This one was obviously not very long, so it didn't take too long, but sometimes it'll take anywhere ranging from like 20 minutes to 40 minutes. But yeah, as you can see, you can record straight through Anchor, which is nice. I just prefer to use GarageBand. And then there are these little transitions and add-ons you can add within, which is really nice. So there's little music you can do for your intro, or there's little cues that'll cue to a transition. It's really awesome. I still don't know all of the details with Anchor yet, and I'm still learning as I go, but there's so many cool, unique features that they have. So then you can title your episode, give a description that helps with your reach, and then you can publish it in advance, which is really nice. So I like to publish on Wednesdays, so I usually do it for then, and you can fill out all this info on the right. So super easy, you guys. Seriously, if I can do it, you can do it. It's just kind of a fun thing and hobby that I've picked up, which I really like. But yeah. Gonna go ahead and move that into my folder. And then now I want to touch on when you have some guests. This is just something that I like to do, make a little mock-up of the episode. This was an episode I had with my friend Erin, so I kind of just made a little graphic on Procreate and made it cute to break down the episode for her. This is something that you definitely want to do if you have guests. That way they're not blindsided by the questions and they kind of get a gauge about what the episode will be about. So, the first section I had the introduction, then what we would talk about in the body, and the conclusion. So, it's just a little nice gesture that you can send to your guests just so that they're not thrown off guard. And it's good for you too because you can have a breakdown of the episode for yourself so you can kind of stay on track. So that's definitely something that I recommend doing. I just made my cute on Procreate, but you could definitely just write it out on Google Docs and email it to them or text it to them. And then I like to make my cover art on Canva. I made this my main cover art. I did it on both Canva and Procreate, so I kind of messed around with it. Just something that's personal to you and something that you like. I thought it was cute, and I had a lot of fun making it. So then in Canva, I have a folder for my podcast, and I've kind of stuck with the same theme for my Instagram, as you can see. I just like it to be nice and cohesive. This is the Instagram. I definitely recommend having social media for your podcast with some call to actions on your bio and a direct link to the episodes. So as you can see, I kind of kept that same theme I created in Canva. But as you go down, you can kind of see the beginning of my podcast and how I've kind of switched from more pinky to the more orangey neutral tones. So that's definitely something I'll keep consistent with going forward. But yeah, you definitely just want to highlight the guests that you had on. And here's where I'm going to show you what microphone I use. So microphones are super inexpensive, you guys. I got mine on Amazon for like 20 bucks. I think you'll see it on here. But you can literally just plug it into your computer. Yeah, I think that's the one I got. But just plug in your computer is so easy. Can really do anything with it. But you can honestly even just do it on your headphones and that kind of thing too. So whatever works best for you guys. You don't have to have any crazy equipment. It's honestly super easy. And I hope you enjoyed this little episode. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Always here to help. And yeah, that's about it. Bye, guys.